Welcome back to the Now Cleveland. I'm Homa.
Good afternoon. I'm Mike Brookbank. Here are your local headlines in 90 seconds. Police investigating right now after 3 women were attacked Saturday night around 8 p.m. The first happened on West 46th. The second came just a short time later on West 7th Street. In both attacks, the women described a Jeep Cherokee or Patriot pulling up to them. The suspects, 2 men and 3 women, getting out of the car, demanding valuables. The women were then punched, and the suspects took off with their belongings. Anyone with information asked to call police.
Cleveland Mayor Frank Jackson addressing the tough challenges ahead for our city. This was the 10th State of the City address held this afternoon. He talked about the Department of Justice investigation and providing city services in light of state funding cuts. He also discussed improving the attitude within the Cleveland School District, but some council members believe he is not doing enough to curb neighborhood violence.
A woman arrested with 8 knives, 4 throwing stars, and a car window breaking tool at a Canton hospital yesterday. 51-year-old Regina Bullerud showed up to the hospital where an employee had a protective order issued against her. Security escorted her out of the hospital and called police. That's when they found the weapons on her. She's in jail now on a $100,000 bond and facing several charges.
Cleveland police looking for the driver who hit a school bus, then took off. Police tell us the driver ran a stop and hit the bumper of a bus this morning. It happened at West 32nd and Sackett. 18 kids were on the bus. Luckily, no one was hurt.
Right now, East 79th to East 82nd closed while crews repair a water main break. The break actually flooded the basement of a commercial building nearby. The area expected to be closed for several days. In the newsroom earlier today, we were talking about flip-flops and
bikini season. It's bikini season.
Because it's starting to feel a little bit warmer. Maybe a little too soon.
Wear your shorts, Mark.
No. We had one day. We had 3 hours where
Spring has sprung.
It feels great.
Spring has sprung.
Oh my gosh. It's back down. The Arctic air is coming in. We're going to be in the teens tonight and tomorrow. Wind chills below 0. So go ahead, wear your shorts.
Boo!
Won't take long for your arms start falling off of you there. Let's talk about what's going on outside. Here we go. Yeah, we got a little bit of snow trying to work its way into the viewing area. You see this this little hole cut out here? That tells us that this and this and this is a loft, not reaching the ground. When you start to see the donut hole around the radar, you know the snow is a loft. Although down here we've got some flurry activity. We've had a slushy morning mess. Dover, New Philly, Janaden, Hutton into Carrollton. We're going to see another inch, maybe 2 inches of snow in this area tonight, south of Canton, south of Route 30. For the rest of us, it's lighter snow showers and flurries. Here we go. We're in the 30s now. No 40s left on the map, and we're not going to see 40s until maybe sometime next week, all right? Wind chills, feels like 25. I haven't used the wind chill map in a few days, right? 24 Mentor with a wind chill, 24 Ashtabula, 24 Worcester, 23 is what it feels like in Elyria. Now you're hour by hour. The good news is there's no major snowfall here. There's a few little light flurries floating by. Through the overnight hours, skies will be cloudy. We'll see those temps falling back, lower teens. Some of you maybe even dropping back into the single digits for air temps by sunrise tomorrow morning. We get a cold day tomorrow, but then warmer air starts to move in. I'll tell you when you're going to go above 40 again and maybe flirt with
shorts.
50.
Yes.
Shorts, sleeves, and shorts. I will wear them. When we hit 50, I will wear shorts on the air.
Done.
Oh, no.
Okay?
I'll wear a bikini.
You'll wear a bikini?
Nobody wants to see that.
Deal!
Yeah, right? No flip-flops tomorrow, though. I gotta wait a few days.
We'll see.
All right, our pothole patrol is looking for answers in Paynesville right now about what's being done concerning the bottom-out bunkers in that city.
Investigator Jonathan Walsh joins us now live. Jonathan, you have a pretty bad batch where you are.
I'm here at North State and Chester, and you can see behind me some of the holes are a little smaller, deep, but still a little smaller. But then you drive into, let me leap over this lake, into an area right in front of our pothole patrol, and you run into a field of wheel wreckers. It keeps going on and on and on, and we wanted to know what is up with this. So complaints from our NewsNet 5 app led us to roads around the courthouse here in Paynesville, where chunks of Main and North Park, they're just coming loose. And Liberty Street Extension is filled with car crunchers there. And that street, by the way, is a stone's throw away from City Hall. I tracked down city crews on Walnut, where some pothole patching was going on, another street you told us about. I asked the city, hey, what's the plan for bad streets?
This year in the city of Paynesville, We plan to pave or mill and pave approximately $2.2 to $2.3 million worth of streets.
The Pothole Patrol has a new notification form that we're handing out to leaders across Northeast Ohio, and we're going to follow up as to if they're doing anything about the complaints you've told us about. At 6 o'clock, you're going to hear what Doug Lewis had to say after we handed him one of these, which, by the way, gets swallowed up by one of these holes. Reporting live here in Painesville, I'm Jonathan Walsh for The Now.
Thank you, Jonathan. An update now on that tragic carbon monoxide poisoning case from Southwest Ohio. Funeral services planned for next week for the 3 teenage girls who died in their grandmother's home. Investigators say a blocked chimney flue is to blame. The 3 girls, along with an 8-year-old boy who's in the hospital now, were found unresponsive at the home 20 miles north of Dayton.
An Ohio man making national news right now for his unusual interaction with police. Andrew Markham now behind bars, but not before taunting Butler County Sheriff Richard Jones. Markham, wanted on charges ranging from burglary to abduction, commented on the sheriff's Facebook post that showed images of him. Another post on Twitter showing an empty jail cell let Markham know that his room was ready. The old school sheriff is accused of manipulating social media to his own advantage.
Some people have accused me of talking him into doing this. It'll make our Twitter site larger. But you can't get it any better than this.
The 21-year-old turned himself into police yesterday.
There could be a delay getting your tax refund if you enrolled in the National Healthcare Exchange last year. It's due to Obamacare's subsidy payouts, and we're learning some people got them based on their estimated 2014 income. So now that the IRS knows their actual income, some taxpayers will either get more money back or have to pay the government back. The IRS says some of these tax returns were held for review.
Now to plans to beef up security at Apple. The tech giant will hire its own staff to protect its headquarters in California. Many of the current positions are contract jobs, and they're going to be turned into full-time Apple employee positions. The move follows protests and calls for employment equality for service workers. Last October, Google announced plans to bring its security guards on staff. Looking for a job, AT&T is hiring more than 120 people. This includes call center positions in Brecksville and Cleveland. The Brecksville location is hosting a job fair this Saturday from 9 to 3. It's at the Cleveland Call Center on Erie View Plaza. Well, we're staying on top of what's trending on the web today, and it's all about embracing diversity.
We hear we might need some tissues for this one. Digital reporter Meg Shaw joining us with one of today's top trending stories. Meg, do not make me cry.
I'm going to do my best.
Do not do it.
I'm just saying. Chances are you've probably seen this video in your news feed on Facebook, but if not, this video, sponsored by Love Has No Labels campaign, wanted to show what love looks like on the inside. Literally. Now, the group set up screens showing couples' skeletons, and now once the couples revealed themselves, the crowd was stunned. A lot of people on social media saying this was a real tearjerker for them, and they're changing their minds. And guys, it's catching on pretty fast. This video was uploaded to YouTube yesterday. 1.5 million views.
Wow.
That's so cute.
Kind of a good reminder just to let people know.
Yeah.
We're all skeletons.
What would we look like as skeletons?
I would say pretty close to these folks there.
You kind of, I mean, this one's short. That's you.
Oh,
This one's
she had to
right.
play the height card.
Oh, well.
Ouch.
There.
All right.